You are? Okay.
It's just RECON is over there just snacking away, man. It's just
Dinner time.
Yeah, I guess. Here at S.O.R Interviews, you can even eat dinner while we do your goddamn music.
Because that's what they do in Recon land. They
don't hide it. Don't try to be quiet now, Recon. Get after it, my guy.
That's the thing. We come on awkward times, and sometimes that's meal time.
You never know what you're gonna get. That's how comfortable it is here. Hell, if Tone were to leave his glasses on, and someone may inadvertently spill a little cocaine on him while he's on his back, you can toot him right off the lens.
I'm not even wearing the cocaine glasses today.
It doesn't matter,
It doesn't
Tone.
matter. You're just known to have it.
It's just maybe it's not about the glass. Maybe it's about the person. You ever think about that?
I do.
Yeah. People just feel that comfortable around Tone.
So Tone has brought the lovely Mrs.
Yeah, everyone, this is Teresa.
Hello, Teresa.
Hey, how's it going?
Did we just say it?
This is
We
the
said
internet.
Yeah. Teresa, internet, Teresa.
Teresa, the internet is up to your perception.
Thank you. I guess.
Also, I heard you were a Skittles connoisseur, and I just wanted to let you know that I represented as well out there, and we took care of the pressing issues that you can taste the rainbow, in fact.
Without the
appreciate
color.
that. Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm willing to sacrifice a few of my health benefits for the better good of humanity.
Yeah. I think what we can do while Recon is eating and enjoying that lovely bowl of
Whatever it is.
it may look like some kind of Lucky Charms substance or something. I don't know.
I thought we were a Fruity Pebbles only stream.
Right?
I wish we are. I mean, Cocoa Pebbles too, but it's in the Pebble family.
I had the Pebbles in the closet locked down. She won't let me get them anymore.
Oh, you just go ahead and hand me that box. I'll take care of it for you.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, I think what we can do is play Recon's track, if that is possible, while he eats.
I really dig it the way you bring it to me. The hate and the victimization, it's amazing. It's simple, the pain, photogenic, like as if you want a picture to take. It's simple and plain, let me break it down. You're coming unannounced in a house with a frown, pointing out how you're living, and hey, I bet you give a shit, and if I didn't listen, you may go off on a mission to say everything about the way that I'm missing MA. RKs that you wish I'd attain. I don't need a hard face telling me I'm vicious and lame, cause I'm not. How you gonna piss in the place that you want me to be fixing with haste, as if that'll motivate me to give it and lay everything I got down in submission and play by the rules when you're rigging the game. Checking it isn't a difficult decision to make when I'm wondering whether I want to fit in a frame that paints me as a bane to the innocent saint, which you're not. Even though you're thinking the blame is on me, let's admit that the cage is something that you maintain to imprison a mate. Now you're frustrated, it's in your fate. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. You just can't believe that I'd actually have the audacity to not acting exactly the way you want me to. It's like you got a crappy leash and you wanted to be dragging me, but it wasn't really working, so you're mad to see that I'm happily free, doing what I want, I didn't ask to be at the head of the class you teach. Find another willing body to harass and beat. I don't need to be the man beneath your feet to clean, and please get the handle then cease. It's embarrassing, all of this abuse and pandering, and it's damaging to the path that leads to the vast relief that you get from inner lasting peace, which is all you're really after be when you're blaming other people is a guaranteed method for inducing atrophy into your compassion, leaving you with a catastrophe that you'll have to clean, even if you'd rather sleep passively as you dream of the hero who'll be fixing everything up magically. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. Give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want, give me what I want. So as soon as you go through the door to be social, people are confusing and cold. Or at least that's what you would suppose. Let me get to introducing the notion that you'll be digging if you can envision it and truly devote yourself to being lucid and open. No indisputable over our consenting connects together humans in cooperation. You gotta face it, the root as you load is a reflection in your head of the route that you chose. And look at you, all deluded in hope, and then all given as if it had been a ruse and a hoax. And I'll be your little eunuch in robes, who you tease, you abuse, and you own. Give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want. Give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want. Give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want. Give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want. Give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want. Give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want. Give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want. Give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want, give me what they want.
Okay, that kind of ended a little abruptly, did it not?
Did it did? Did it did?
I don't know what happened. We had a technical issue there.
I thought that was the end of the track, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't recall it ending like that for some reason.
No, that's how it ends.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm smoking that dope. Okay, Recon, can you hear us? Are you verbal?
I am verbal and to hear you.
Can you are you sitting on a full belly, my good sir? Let me ask you that.
I am not.
Oh, damn! You're not content with what you had. Yeah, that sucks sometimes. I don't know. You want to run to the fridge and just go scramble up some eggs?
I still have more food. I just didn't finish it yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You know what you're going to find, Recon, is the longer you wait, the more you won't be hungry anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll realize, well, how much do I really need to be eating?
Yeah, today you were talking about having just one meal a day. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes,
crazy.
that can happen, but sometimes that just cannot happen.
Right. But majority of the time, yeah, it happens. Okay, so we just heard Recon's track. I know Tone Smith. I know you have notes.
I do have notes. And
Okay. Mrs. Tone Smith.
I brought Teresa in because she's the vocalist. She's the expert. And
She's
she
going to have
thinks-
different questions.
Yeah, but she thinks about the stuff similarly to the way I do. She also has notes.
Oh, yeah. Well, aren't you just a note-taking family over there?
All
Huh?
right, Teresa. I mean, I can see you're a fruit from the tree. Okay, Recon.
Wait, before you start, I just want to catch the line in there so everybody that's coming in. Welcome to Third Ear. This is where my brother and I, Trustin Moser, and Tone Smith and his lovely wife today.
Teresa. Is it Teresa or Teresa?
Teresa.
Teresa. It's where we
Okay.
come in and we dissect your guys' music. We put the proverbial third ear to it. We listen to it, we dissect it, and we ask you questions of what maybe you were thinking during the process of making said track. Because as the three of us always say, we're always curious of how these things come about, what inspires you, what doesn't inspire you, what did you think it was good, did you think it was bad? But we're curious as musicians ourselves. We give it a good listen, and we give you our honest feedback along with the chat. So with that, as you were saying, my boy.
Well, thank you for that introduction.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
That was off the dome. I didn't know
Yeah, that
fucking
was
notes
off the
here,
dome.
you guys.
You're doing great.
You're a fucking genius, man. Okay, Recon, run us through it, and then we'll have our questions as you kind of go through it, but give us the initial thought process on this.
Yeah. So this track, this was one of my hits. This was the kind of song that, like, when I used to perform it at shows, people would be like, you know, they come up to me at the venue, they're like, "Oh, give me what I want, give me what I want." Like there was one of
The hook.
one of these, you know, resonated a lot with audiences. So that's why I chose to send this one today. This was the opening track for the final album of my group Conscious Object, as you saw with the splash screen there. That was the album cover. And this is the opening track, and it's just mostly, you know, I forget if I brought this up when I did the S.O.R interview, but I have patterns. I have like interpersonal relationship patterns that are problematic. Like, it's very, very difficult for me to have relationships of any kind, and this particular track is reflecting one of the patterns that I often deal with, which is being abused by people who feel really entitled. And they're just like, give me. I just give me everything. I don't care how much it drains you dry. I don't care if this is going to kill you. Give me what I want. Like, that's what this song is about, really. So it was inspired by some, let's say, dating, sex, romantic type relationships where this pattern emerged. But it's not exclusively there. It's just kind of in all relationships. So that's the very short version of an intro. I am ready now for whatever else you are going to say.
Okay.
Well, first off, there's this sort
Yeah.
of feedback coming from your mic when you get too high in the decibel range. I don't know if it's because you're too close to it. Maybe you have a different setting of gain.
How's this? Any better?
No, it's kind of like a connection issue.
Like it sounded like a loose cable or something. You went
That's
into
not you guys. I don't hear anything like that at all.
No,
Really? It went into like a bit crushing sound.
you don't hear any of that, do you?
I don't get it
No.
from you at all, though, Tone. That's the weird thing.
Come on in here, Frank. Come on, buddy.
Well, I mean, if the chat doesn't hear it or no one else hears it, we'll continue on.
Steve says no sound issues.
Okay, good. Well, it's just on our side.
I could deal with that as
Okay.
long as no one else is here.
I'm gonna. Does anybody want? Did anybody want to go first, or is it up for grabs?
It's up for grabs. Yeah, anybody can go in first.
Not knowing the background of this particular track, just by me listening and by me knowing your past, I kind of knew it was. I have notes too. I kind of knew it was about someone, but I just didn't know. But I could also see it going to like government entities. I can see this being like some sort of oppressor. That's
She's going to play it lightly in the background. She's going
Okay.
to turn it down. Give her a minute. Okay, there we go.
okay. Yeah. And I can I can see it coming from like some sort of oppressing figure. But me knowing your background, I was like, I know this. I know this about RECON because he said that he was victim of someone else's abuse before. If we can get it turned down just a little
Yeah,
bit
she's
more.
working. She's working on it.
I'm glad to hear, by the way. I'm glad to hear you say that you could see it applied in different contexts. That's generally a goal of mine or a part of my style lyrically is that I intentionally make things very general, not vague, but general, so that they can be applied. You know, the listener can say what they want it to mean. So that's great to hear that was something that you're already thinking.
Yeah, and maybe because my mind is geared that way. Because what you said is the duality of it. It can it's always how the listener listens to music. They don't know the story unless you say at the end of the track, "Oh, by the way, this is from my life past. This is a true story." Right? It's always going to be user discretion. But with that said, now that that was one of my questions. And because of these past people that we kind of build our lives around, there was this one particular line you said at I'm not acting the way you want me to, and you obviously have this crappy leash. That now that you're telling me, so was that a past relationship?
Well, all of it is patterns. So there's never a time in any of my lyrics and any of my songs where I'm writing about one specific incident. That's a never kind of thing. It's always, I've seen this thing crop up 7, 8, 9, 30 times. So I'm writing about the pattern. So was there any incidents? Yes, there's many incidents like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to write this damn song about it.
Right.
I also see Steve is asking, where can we go to hear the song again? This album, Closure by Conscious Object, you can hear it in a number of different places. If you go to my YouTube page, it's on the bottom, you can see it's one of the playlists. The whole album is there on my YouTube page. You can go to Bandcamp. There's a Conscious Object Bandcamp page. This was the only album from Conscious Object that I released on Spotify, Apple Music, so you can hear it there too. There's a lot of places you can check out this one.
LaMar, touching on what you were saying and that whole idea of being able to hear different things out of the lyrics. I feel like that's just like a point of good writing in general. If you can read a thing, hear a thing, and you can put yourself in those shoes, and if it means something to you, that may not mean the same thing it meant to the writer. I think that's like a goal I would hope for anyone writing anything.
Oh yeah. Well, Paul Simon, right? He would throw Jesus in the crucifixion or the thorny crown, and he's not religious at all.
No.
He would tell you he's somewhat agnostic. So yeah, it's like the eye of the beholder,
Right.
And that's the beauty of the music. And every time I listen to what RECON is putting out, it somehow always falls into a state of like, what am I going through that can like interpret or what he's telling me that interprets of what I'm going through. It's like we all have the same shit, right? We just say it differently.
Yeah, yeah. And forgive the music hiccups. We're trying to develop this show as we go. This is still a new show for the three of us, speaking about Tony and myself and LaMar. And I don't know if Teresa's going to join us permanently, but we're trying to figure out different ways to come about this show. So forgive us if we're having hiccups throughout this, but it's totally evolving into something masterful here, I believe.
All
So
right. and then my last. I just want to get all.
no,
mine out
go
there.
ahead.
And then my last little note here, because I love sharing floor is you say this one line too, hoping a hero would fix this like shit magically. Were you at one point like in bed or like you said, just this subconscious dreaming that maybe someone's going to come in here and fix my shit magically? Maybe I don't have to deal with this anymore.
Or is it a global thought process?
You're saying like, am I writing that lyrics about my own thought process?
Right, yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, those lyrics are about the other person who's being abusive. But
Okay.
have I experienced this, like, what I would call a very underdeveloped, immature outlook that you don't have to take responsibility, you just have to wait for the person to come clean up after you? I mean, I've experienced that at age 3.
Right.
And my comment in these lyrics is, grow the fuck up. You're not age 3 anymore. No one's going
Right.
to come just resolve everything. You got to do it. Stop being so irresponsible. That's what the lyrics about, Ron.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Do
Which
you
I
wanna,
agree.
Are you next, Tony? Does Teresa want to go? I mean, I have questions too, but let's kind of bounce it all over the place here.
So I had listened a couple of times, and then the two of us sat down together a little while ago to listen to it together. And my first listen through was like, all right, let me listen to all the audio, the music portion, and get my thoughts out on that, and then come back to the lyrics. We haven't done this for anything with vocals yet, so that was like, it was different. I had to take a two-step approach. But when we were listening, I looked at her and I go, what is this song? Who is this song about? What is this song about? And she immediately said social commentary. I was like, okay, that's what I was thinking as well. You use some really strong evocative language, specifically in the third verse. And I forget the exact context, but you said the word eunuch, and it's like that word, like in any sentence, means and carries so much weight. And I think the subject was kind of like, don't neuter me, let me be me, that kind of thing. Is that where you were going with it? Because that was the one thing that really stood out to me.
Yeah, that's look at you all deluded in hope, and that I'll give in as if it had been a ruse and a hoax, and I'll be your little eunuch in ropes,
There
who
you
you
go.
tease, you abuse, and you own. So
Right.
that's the final line of the final verse.
Yeah, crazy.
And that is
Crazy.
essentially coming through like, the first verse is setting up, hey, this situation is not okay. The second verse is setting up, here's my response to your abuse. The third verse is like, we got to stop this right now. So the way that the third verse builds up is just at the very end. It's like, so I've told you all this. I explained why you can't just come in and take over my life and claim that it's your life. I've laid that out. But nonetheless, look at you all deluded in hope and so on.
Right.
But you're still not getting it. So goodbye. That's essentially what the third verse is ending with.
Yeah, it's great. You painted a picture that, like, I didn't get to exactly what you just said, but like the idea was clearly there for me listening to it. The ropes too, like using eunuch and ropes together. It's like eunuch's a word that it's not exactly in the lexicon. Not everyone's going to know what that means, but like you inferred a lot, and it doesn't take a leap to get to what you were trying to say.
Right.
I thought that was kind of masterfully done.
Nice.
So
Thank you for that very wonderful, masterful compliment. That's great.
I want to touch on a couple things with the track. So the group, I'm guessing, was you and a producer. I saw like the two heads on the cover, I assume.
Yeah, that's right. I was just the lyricist in this group,
Okay.
and the other guy was the producer. His name is Mr. Bombcamp.
That's a cool name.
Bombcamp,
That's a good producer name.
That's actually his real last name, Bombcamp, and he just made it the
Oh,
word
nice.
bomb space camp.
Killer.
What a
Bombcamp.
playoff. Yeah.
Someone knew what they were doing. The Roads, classic. He did a great job at that. Nothing crazy about it. Just like it sets a mood. I loved his two different bass patches. Like in the beginning, it comes in and it's got the flunger on it. Not the flunger. It was a I guess like a filter sweep type thing. And then when it comes back in the verse, it's just mellow and just the bottom end of it. So it sets a nice foundation. Great use of reverb and delay. I really liked what he did with the drums. They were like, I guess it was the reverb on the kick drum, like quickly pans every hit from right to left. And right away we listened to it and Teresa pointed out, she's like, is that moving around? And it's weird because you don't expect a kick drum to move in the stereo field like that. It was a nice effect. That's all I've got on the tracks. You want to talk about lyrics and vocals?
Sure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Thanks for
This is
coming.
exciting.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. I insisted on it.
Here
All
we
these
go.
other guys are like, hey, man, we are not going to have Teresa on this. And I was like, what is wrong with you? You got to have Teresa on this.
Here we go. Oh, shit.
I am very flattered. Thank you. Yeah, no, very pleased to be here and very nice meeting everybody. So back to the lyrics, because that's kind of like what I pay attention to when I listen to music. I'm listening to lyrics and vocal melody. I loved this song. Your flow is so good, and like social commentary, like we were talking before, like the word I would use is like searing, and it's so cool too that you like that wasn't your goal necessarily. Like you were talking about something completely different, but I can relate to it. Other people can relate to it in that way. But now that I know, your story. Oh,
Frank says
now
hi.
that I.
Frankie.
Hey, Frankie.
Gosh, now that I know like what it's about, it's like you've opened this whole other universe in this song, and it's very cool. So there's another compliment for you. Another note that I took was like, I want to listen to this in the car. I want to like memorize all of the lyrics so I can sing along with this in the car, especially when I'm like feeling some angst. I feel like this is a good therapeutic like catharsis. I don't know. It's awesome. I love this song. I did write down one of your lines, and if I got it a little bit wrong, I apologize. But the coming unannounced in the house with a frown, was that what it was?
Yep.
I love it. I mean, that's super literal, so I'm assuming like something like that was happening to you now, but it's still one of those lyrics where you can really interpret it a few different ways. So
Yeah. To piggyback on Teresa with the, like when you want to repeat a phrase or you want to rap after someone that you really hear their bars and you're like, damn, that's fire. But there's sometimes where you're so good that you can't per se repeat the cadence that one delivers. So you have no choice but to like skip that and get straight to the hook or something where you can catch the rhythm like a game of double Dutch jump rope, right? You have there has to be a spot where you can jump in and jump out, but it when it speaks to you where you must sing along or rap along to whatever your track of preference is, that means it's resonating well with you. And I think you've done a really good job. And I understand now why when you would go out and play that live, that people love to hear that track because it really stands out of what RECON is about.
Your diction is excellent. You cut words, consonants real tight at the end of words in a really nice way. But I can't imagine that's an easy thing to do. I'm terrible at it. How long did it take you to track that?
Are you saying like you can understand every word I'm saying? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, the people have always told me that. That's always, and the flow that Teresa was saying earlier. The flow and diction are some of the things that
They're important.
people always pick up on when they listen to my rap and they talk about it. So I guess, is your question, Tone, like how many takes did I have to do in order to get a good recording? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't remember. Probably not many. Usually I do, if I'm doing a song, it's something like maybe 5 to 10 takes tops.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
But
for
usually
real.
it's more like 2 or
real.
3.
That's skill.
Yeah, that's excellent because I'm listening to it and like it doesn't sound like sometimes you can hear, hey, this was punched in here, this was punched in there. Here's a cut of here's a comp, here's another comp of that line. And I didn't know if just Mr. Baumkamp was just really, really good at putting everything together with his comps, or if it was a matter of you can just like hit every single word real fast, perfectly, over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it
I
is
almost
a skill.
never-
It's impressive.
So I guess I have a couple compliments now that or comments. Also compliments. You have really nice glasses.
Thank you.
I have a couple comments in response to that. So first, I don't think I can quite say never to the following thing, but I almost never punch in. I'm always doing the whole thing. So that's one
Okay.
element there. That you're right that you didn't hear any punch-ins. There wasn't any. But I can't say never to that, but basically never.
Right.
Another thing that I'm thinking about that I don't know if I've ever said this out loud, but like my I guess history with recording vocals is one of using like horrible equipment
Yeah.
and then needing to just perform perfectly and do a
Sure.
bunch of audio processing afterward. So for example, when I very first, like 25 years ago or whatever it was, when I first started recording lyrics and poetry and all this, I would have this like really low quality computer microphone with like one little dot in it, and I would record into that, and it was terrible quality, and that forced me to say everything perfectly.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't have a sibilant like I can't be
Right.
blowing in the mic. I had to do it totally perfectly. And then after a while, I got one of these mics, just a stage mic, and this doesn't have the full range that you need, but I would have to learn how to use my voice in a way in a stage mic that I could go mix it later and have it sound good. So my history of recording vocals is one of needing to perfect myself because the equipment is imperfect. And that may be something that I guess I never thought about this, but maybe that has evolved my delivery technique, question
I mean,
mark?
it's definitely a path that I feel like a lot of better musicians take. You talk to people that have been doing this stuff forever and are like, even like the, platinum selling artists, they'll tell you the same thing. Like, oh, I remember sucking. You got to suck in the beginning. Like your gear has to suck. You have to get good. It's easier to get good by messing with bad equipment first than it is to just like throw yourself into $1 million studio and be bad there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I resonate with that for sure.
I see Uncle Chrome is saying, what is your vocal recording chain? Is that what that says? Am I reading that right?
Probably. Yeah, he means like, what microphone did you use? What did you plug into? How did you process that kind of thing? It was what, 2017, right?
Yeah,
You
that was
did
years
this?
ago. For this album, I did record on one of these mics.
On a
Just a
58?
Is that
mic.
is that an SM8?
Yeah.
Or SM58?
Yeah.
SM58,
Nice.
yeah.
Simon even says, what is that? Mic technique is a real skill.
It is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I know there's certain artists who refuse to use any other mic than the ones they bring with them.
Right.
Yep.
Especially for live gigs. And I think him and I are going to be the same way.
Right.
Okay. My question to you is, questions. The beat. Was it something you had to sit down and listen to? Is it something you chose from a list of beats he presented to you? How did you know that was the right track for you on this?
The way that Mr. Baumkamp and I used to make our songs is that he would indeed have a a variety of beats that I could choose from. Sometimes he would say like, "Oh man, we're using this beat. I don't care if you want it or not." But other times I would just like, "Oh, that one's really dope. Let me use that one." For this song in particular, I don't remember. But all I know is that when I start on a beat, I just kind of blindly start. It's sort of like AI. The way AI is like, you go ask something of ChatGPT, and it's like it's generating the response as it's on the screen. Like it doesn't already have the whole response. It's literally word for word generating it. That's kind of how I write. I just like launch into the beat, and I'm like, nice. I really dig it the way you bring it to me. The hate and the victimization. Oh, this is getting somewhere. Okay, let me keep going. And I have no idea what the next line is going to be or what the rest of the song is going to be or anything. It's just line by line, word for word, finding my way through the darkness.
She does that.
And for singers and rappers, because I don't do. I mean, I obviously don't do both, but I'm always curious about that. So do you just find a cadence first? Like you just normally mumble or hum things just to see what fits the timing?
The answer is sometimes maybe. I'll usually just start. I'll just launch into something. I'll be like, I don't know, how about this? And then go as far as just like what already comes out of me naturally. Sometimes I'll write the whole song in like 2 minutes. And it's done, and that's the final draft. Other times, I'll be writing it for months, and it's just a matter of like, okay, what comes next? So if I am in that latter state of writing it for months, then I will indeed sometimes, as you say, just sort of like, okay, this, and then this rhymes here, and then, and I'll kind of like play around with mumbling and just syllables and assonance before I put words to it. But not always. Sometimes it's just the whole lyrics just come straight out.
I'm going to go back on one of the lyrics too. It seems like everybody found the lyrics that stood out to them, which I love that, how subjective one piece of music can be for everyone in this room right now. I don't need a hardcore face to tell me I'm vicious and lame.
Yeah.
Right? What's going on there?
So the idea there is basically like, I don't need you criticizing me. Like, what are you talking about? Shut up. That's essentially what that line's about.
So was that like a personal relationship? Was it something you've endured a lot in life?
It all is. Everything you hear in all of my lyrics are a pattern that have endured.
Okay. So you're not just extrapolating just from movies you've seen or people you've known. This is all okay.
Nothing I write ever is referencing something else. That's a never. All of my lyrics come out of me, period. Out of my experiences and stuff. You're never going to catch me talking about some damn politician or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. You're never going to catch me talking about, I don't know, some movie or, I'm not going to talk about other rappers. You're just not going to catch that on my lyrics. It's always, I am making my inner world visible outwardly.
That's profound that somebody like you can speak on so much. And I don't know how many freaking, I don't know how many raps you got out there, to be honest. And
a lot.
To know that they're all based off of your life. I mean, that to speak about just your life alone and have all that based around it as it continues to go, I think that's freaking brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's
awesome.
I have two more questions. What did you want from the listeners, if at all anything, from this specific track?
I really like
that
that
question.
question.
What do I want? Oh, I didn't hear what you said. Tell me. Say it again.
I said I really like that question.
What did I want from the listeners?
Yeah.
I never want anything from my listeners. Like I have a pretty strong philosophy that my role is to provide for you. My role is to give you value. And it doesn't matter whether I get anything back from it. So this is my artist outlook. If I were a business person, I would have a different outlook. And I would say, oh, no, we got to have this. We got to negotiate a transaction, and I better be getting something out of this. That's if I were a business person. But I am an artist. And so I am the one providing for the audience, for the listener, and they can take whatever they want to take. I don't expect anything ever of my listeners in any capacity.
I really respect that take.
Yeah,
I do. Right. But at any time, is it your hopes to get some sort of reward, feedback, or any bit of information?
So to clarify the question, are you saying, did I have a purpose when making the song, or are you sticking with the getting something from the listeners?
I'm sticking with the same answer, or the same question. Yes.
So I have the same answer. I just don't. I understand that anything I write, anything I provide, it is always going to be a bit of a roll of the dice regarding whether any given listener will like that specific work. Any person may or may not like anything, and so I just don't expect anything of anyone. If you like it, cool. I'm happy that you like it. I mean, even if I don't expect anything, if I don't receive anything from my listeners, I can say it would be cool if the listener can use the lyrics as a path for themselves to get through a difficult thing. That's how I generally contextualize all of my lyrics. I call them success paths. They're essentially a way that if you listen to the song over and over, this path of lyrics is going to get imprinted in your subconscious. Sorry, that's how music works. It's going to get imprinted in your subconscious, and you could use it as a means of navigating your own life. So I have found ways through, like very serious isolation, through ongoing patterns of abuse. Like I have found paths through very difficult things, difficult emotional things, difficult social things. And so I'm just saying, hey, look, here's a path through. If you like it, cool. If you just like it because it has a catchy beat, cool. But if you really dig into this and you understand that you can use this to navigate through your challenges, that's the best possible outcome in terms of a benefit provided to the listener.
You know what's funny is that you say you don't want anything from the listener, but yet you still hope that they get something from it. So by you telling your story, and sometimes this shit can be held personally. Like we may go through a therapist and tell our story, but yet you're on third ear and you're telling your story behind the music. And it's sort of like there is no line crossed. I'm sharing my life story, my life experience, and I'm not on reserve about it. And I hope in turn that by me regurgitating this stuff, you still pull something away from it that may help you in a similar situation. So I have to get on the fence and say, hold on there, RECON, but you are wanting something from your listeners. You're wanting them to take what you've experienced and know how to navigate. Know that you've been there, and I've done that.
Or apply at least some,
whether intentionally or
aspect
unintentionally.
of it.
That's what I'm getting from it.
Okay, my last question is conscious object. Okay, and then
Good question.
I guess,
yeah, totally.
I guess the name, the name of the album is Closure, but the group is Conscious Object.
Correct.
Right. Okay. What is a conscious object to you?
Well, Mr. Baumkamp came up with that name, so we'd have to pull him into the interview for that.
So it wasn't an agreed upon name.
Or you never inquired about it.
You've never. You just said, "Sounds dope. Let's go."
It's not like he just unilaterally. He's like, "You shut up! This is our name of our group." Like, it wasn't. It was nothing like that.
That'd be awesome if he did that. But go
That'd be a
ahead.
hell of a dictatorship. But yeah, go ahead.
She did that.
When we were first, he and I wrote like 2 or 3 songs together, and we were like, "Yo, this is really working. Maybe we should make a group." And at that point is where we're like, how about these 10, 15, 20 ideas? And we both put ideas into the mix, and Conscious Object was the one we went with, and that was one that he had put into the mix. When he talked about it to me, he talked about it being a shortened version or an allusion to the idea of a conscientious objector.
Nice.
And that's, one interpretation of it. Another thing that I always like to let's say, a meaning that I liked to breathe into that name was how, as I said earlier, I am always dealing with abusive patterns. I'm always the target of abuse. And the idea there is that, other people might see me as an inanimate object to abuse and control. It's like, no, I'm conscious. Hey, hello. So there is that meaning as well that I like to ponder.
You piece of meat, you.
What's that again?
I said, you piece of meat, you.
You big old piece of meat.
Okay, and Closure. Why title this album Closure? Was it that your lyrics were giving you closure? Were you giving yourself your own mental health checks and balances?
That's certainly part of it, yeah. So the album has 13 songs on it. I picked out a few more, actually, in case you wanted to do any more today. I don't know how the format was going to go. But there's a couple of songs that go together on the album, whereas this one is talking about just, frantically trying to end an abusive situation. There's a couple more that continue that further, and it's like there's a song called Exit Strategy about leaving an abusive situation, and it walks through that whole process. There's a song called Not Everyone. That's another one on the list that is about like trying to have foresight before getting into any kind of connection or relationship with someone. It doesn't go with everyone. You have to assess the situation first before you try to jump into something. And a couple other songs is like that model a path of closure. The album ends with a lot of like very resolved, independent, I guess, healingfulness, feeling good. The album ends like that. So you're right, there is an element of writing about finding closure or achieving or arriving at closure. That's part of it. That's also present kind of in just all of my stuff. So that's not necessarily restricted to this album. This was also the final album by Conscious Object. So that's kind of closure in that sense. So there's a couple different ways that at least I interpret it.
Okay, we're going to play another track. I believe she has one lined up, and we'll give it a listen.
Generosity that I thoughtfully was offering and basically shit on any attempt that I made to get my own needs met in this relationship. I can't be patient with these violations. If you want a stooge to abuse, then you can subdue and train a chimp. But ultimately the blame for this has gotta come back to me, cause actually I had indeed enabled it. I was willing to work with you, and it could have been great what we could have made, but instead it turned into a mere shade of the potential we yearn to use for our respective benefits. When did it get burned and ruined? From the beginning we always had different goals for where we wanted this to go. We barely thought enough to mold our intentions to accommodate the flow. Instead we thought about the road and the way it ought to have unfolded. We were partners, but we didn't really support each other. We just embarked for our individual glories under the masquerade of a team to display some kind of lame fake parade that we need to maintain. And you and I both have had enough of that shit. I've let it be known multiple times that I'm disgusted, and this has got to change like today, but not so abrupt that I get a unilateral notification that you decided up and then quits. You knew that you'd get away with it, taking this generosity that I thoughtfully was offering and basically shit on any attempt that I made to get my own needs met in this relationship. I can't be patient with these violations. If you want a stooge to abuse, then you can subdue and train a chimp. But ultimately the blame for this has gotta come back to me, cause actually I had indeed enabled it. I'll determine the purpose you serve in my life. I'll determine the purpose you serve in my life. I gave more than I could afford, repeatedly to the degree that it was leaving me drained and way bored with trying to forge an even exchange between us. You were keen to be paid without working or giving anything in return to me. You felt you deserved to be worshipped and served permanently, but I gotta assert my own word. You heard word belief that I'm only a person. I heard worry and surely need to be replenished when I spend every second being attentive, manifesting your heaven. But you don't get it, even the basic tenet that a relationship means interdependence. So until you're coming through for me, I'm not gonna invest any more in this. You ruined it, see? I'm cool with cruise until we lose our steam, but I'm already pursuing a new opportunity. You knew that you'd get away with it, taking this generosity that I thoughtfully was offering and basically shit on any attempt that I made to get my own needs met in this relationship. I can't be patient with these violations. If you want a stooge to abuse, then you can subdue and train a chick. But ultimately the blame for this has gotta come back to me, cause actually I had indeed enabled it. I'll determine the purpose you serve in my life. I'll determine the purpose you serve in my life. I'll determine the purpose you serve in my life. I'll determine the purpose you serve in my life.
That was dope.
That was fire, bruh.
I really like that you put the thing Marelyn set up, because as we were listening, I was thinking exactly. I had read when she said that before, and I was thinking about that during that song. You very much like, you say sentences in a way that like you'd say them in conversation in that song in a really cool way.
Thank
You
you.
still fit in like a secondary and another rhyme.
Yeah.
Your rhyming's so good. I love it.
Yeah.
I love when shit rhymes.
You
Yeah.
ever see that that like sliding scale of like vocabulary for rappers?
Oh, I think I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aesop
you-
Rock is one of the top ones. I think. if I
Right,
remember.
right. Aesop Rock, Jizza,
By a
Nas,
lot.
these guys sit. Yeah, they sit pretty high on that list. You would definitely sit up there. You're using words that you're not used to hearing in a rap context.
High vernacular raps.
Yeah.
Who's that one? Raz Cass back in the day?
Raz Cass and Keith Murray.
Keith Murray, the Human
Yeah.
Dictionary. Keith Murray.
Yeah.
Your storytelling for me is just fucking immaculate. I can
Yeah,
close
it's
my
good.
eyes and just the canvas you paid on, sir, is vivid in detail.
I feel like, and this may sound fucking weird, Recon, but I feel like
Yeah, that does sound really weird. What's going on with your mic there? I don't know. It's weird.
I feel like I'm the person that you're talking to in the room,
Right.
And I'm forced to look
Listen,
at you,
right.
and go, "Oh my God, like that." Is this really me? Are you really telling me that I was constantly coming down on you, judging you? You could never do any right in my eyes. You're making my relationship, are you making this relationship horrible? It's always you. And I'm trying to show you this, that it's you. And not a lot of hip hop artists can do that. Put me in the person's shoes that they're talking about and sit there and listen.
Yeah, that's another thing that if I write up the list of like the 10 most common things people tell me about my lyrics, I said earlier, the flow and the diction, like that always comes up. Here's 3 different layers of 7-syllable rhymes going on at the same time. That comes up. But another one was, as you just said, that, people generally feel like I'm talking directly to them.
That's great, though.
I mean, it extends beyond my lyrics. If somebody reads some, essay I wrote for school, they're like, "You're right, you were talking directly to me." So I've heard that. Also, you're in good company. Many other people feel that way.
I
Yeah.
think it's because we all, as humans, share a similar past or present, right? Or the future. Like, people are going through things, and I don't think we ever have not gone through something that it may have not been like the same exact thing, but there's always these candidness or these resemblance that we all go through in life, and it speaks to us. Whether you interpret it one way or the other, what you're going through, I would say probably over half the world is going through or getting ready to go through or has gone through.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I'm about to make a very bold statement. If you've ever heard, well, here's my bold statement. Ready for this? It's going to be really bold. You might have to
How bold is
put
it?
in a seatbelt or something. This is like a 11 out of 10 boldness.
Oh, man.
So there's only a finite quantity of experiences that humans have. That's the bold statement. You may have heard things like, "Oh, there's only 12 stories to tell," or people say things like that. I'm making a similar comment about just the human experience overall. That as much variety as there is among people, diversity among people's experiences and cultures and aspirations and everything, there's still a finite amount of experiences that a human can have. And I try to dial into that. I try to dial into that with my lyrics.
Yeah.
There's only 12 notes. Everyone grows old and dies. Everyone loves, everyone hates. There is that universal stuff. And if you can tap into it in a way that like you said, everyone else has said similar things about your lyrics. That's great. You're doing the thing. You want everyone to get something similar out of it. You're nailing the point down if you're doing that.
Yeah. And you know what's very interesting is you don't want to talk about politics. You don't want to talk about religion. You don't want to talk about the justice system and what countries are going through. But yet what you're going through personally in your own anguish with connections and relationships, why not talk about some of the things that make you a better person, your religion and your outlook on this world and what type of justice system you would like to see?
Why not talk about those things?
Right, because you're going so personal on yourself. It seems like, if anything, that would be the thing you want to keep personal.
There's any number of reasons. Probably the most prominent one is I know my experience. I don't know anything about the damn government.
Yeah. Speak about what you know is what they always say.
That's like, here. What do I know? Here's what I know. I know a lot of hearsay. That's it. That's the full summary. And it's a very, very...
But you don't have your own experiences from how the government treats people, how it treats you, how you don't have your own experiences from these things. Surely you have your own experience on religion.
That's one answer, is that I don't know these external things, but I do know myself. Another answer is that I think there might be room for discussion or argument on this, but I am just not terribly interested in making songs that are not going to be relevant a year from now. Or 5 years from now.
That's very
Or
valid.
20 years from now. Or 500 years from now.
Right,
I want to make something that's going to be around in the year 9000.
Right.
And so in the year 9000, nobody's going to care at all what the damn, government did on friggin' some goddamn day. It's so gone. It's just washed away in the tides of history. But what persists, what's still going to exist in 9,000 years is humans. I mean, assuming humans exist. But if humans exist, then what will persist is our core limited set of 12 stories or whatever the deal is.
Right.
That stuff's going to continue going. That's what I care about. That's what I want to write about. Everything else is just incidental details that rise and fall and are gone forever very soon.
That's a good look at it.
That is a good look
like
at
that.
it.
I like that look at it.
But I mean, and this is just me being a fan of you. I'm constantly on your YouTube channel, hoping that you deliver more bars, and I'm always let down. But
The freestyle raps are coming. They're inching in little by little.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Besides that, as a fan of many artists that I know from the Saurian Nation and artists I don't know, I've always wondered what they thought about the injustice of the world and if it exists in their eyes, and do they see what's right and wrong. It's a reason why it's always a headline topic with our community, is because we don't want to just hear ourselves speak these things over and over again. We want to know what the artist thinks, and is it just something that is going under the radar, or is it a fear-based thing where no one wants to speak of it? No one wants to let anyone know how they view it. Maybe it's self-suicide. Maybe it's not.
Are you saying you're longing for a cultural figurehead to comment on these phenomena?
Well, comment on it and tell us what you think of it. You may not share my idea of how we see things, but it's always been a fascination to me to know how others view these things,
I think he's
whether
trying
we
to,
agree or not.
right. I think he's trying to say too, like you can turn a blind eye to it, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like it's still there. We have to look at it. You don't have to talk about it, but there's these things that happen on this planet that
we all
acknowledged-
observed,
You
right?
acknowledge that are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, I guess, comes down to a personal philosophy. You know, I don't see it as my wheelhouse to start talking about some Supreme Court justice or anything like that. Part of what I do, or what I aim to do, what I aspire to do, what I my heart dreams of doing, is having an influence. So we could talk about that. That I might have some kind of influence in a cultural sense. And this is where I would be open to discussion or an argument regarding whether it should be purely just my inner world that I express versus responding to some kind of, shared external experience. I'm open to discussion on that. I would like to do a project like that, for example. I'd like to be the lyricist in some project where we have a specific focus that is some kind of commentary, but it's not just me expressing my feelings as most of my stuff has been.
Right. And I'm not looking for you to go all Rage Against the Machine or
Right.
System of a Down, a lot of that can be looked at as anarchist and just beyond protest, right? But it'd be nice to hear most of my favorite MCs, and this is just a wish list, to like rap about it and then have constructive possible ways to cure the matter.
But and I think Donald Duck said it. Like if you think back on like Marvin Gaye in that track, Inner City Blues, he spoke about the times where the unjust, like, the police state, taxes being higher, crime rate, and all this other stuff. And you go back and you listen to that track and you're like, well, shit, that's still alive and prevalent today. Like not much has changed. I think that's where he's getting. But I also see your point too, Recon, as maybe I don't talk about that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I would like to talk about how we can kind of fandangle our way around that.
I feel like that's pointing out Marvin Gaye is great because it's timeless.
Right.
And I'm sure there's plenty of political commentary music that happened at the same time that no one listened to a year later. It's almost, I don't want to say it's a risk, because if that's what you want to write your music about, by all means, write your music about that. But you are running a risk of doing something that's going to be forgotten or not going to be timeless or curdle or, age like milk. So it's a fine line to walk. I appreciate it. I love the political commentary in music and social commentary in that socio-political climate. But at the same time, like, who doesn't like love songs? Like there's a time and a place for all of it.
Right.
Because it seems timeless to me, Tone, that
Right.
there's always going to be a political issue
Yeah.
with humanity.
Well, they're also life markers, right? Like what we were going through at those
and what
times.
we've accomplished
and
in
what
those
we've-
times.
Yeah. Like a life diary. I think music has been known to do that regardless.
Is that something you've thought about, though, Recon? Is, maybe it is in my future to give a little bit more of how I view the world.
It is plausible that while writing future lyrics, that I might have, let's say, like cultural or shared external phenomena, that I might have that in my mind while I'm writing the lyrics.
Right.
But it's still going to have the same form that it is now, where it's this like blank slate, and you get to read into it what you want. And if you want to think it's social commentary, then cool, and all of that. I do not ever anticipate myself, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't anticipate ever writing lyrics about a specific concrete third dimensional phenomena and then saying, there you go, I referenced, I don't know, Nancy Pelosi or whatever. Like you're just not going to find that in Reconsider lyrics.
Yeah. And you don't have to. Remember my statement earlier? Like I got dualities from, if I didn't know Recon or his story, I would swear to me that he's like, yeah, my fucking government is not listening and all this, or I can relate it to my girlfriend, or I can, to a friend that's betrayed. It can go so many ways. And I think the mystique of it, not knowing the artist, I think that's the beauty of the music. You take it how you want to take it. You make it, you incorporate it with your life how you see fit. Because it's the mind state and the perception of what you're going through.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead.
I was about to open up another huge can of worms here. So if you're,
Oh,
if you're
go ahead.
transition-
Open it up. I was just gonna bring in another track, but go ahead. Open the worms up.
We could totally introduce, like, this is a really, really, really huge topic, but we could introduce the concept of multidimensionality and geometry that goes across dimensions. So like, this is, most people don't talk about this kind of stuff. So what I mean is, like, there are multiple dimensions to your life, to any human's life. You have a body. That is one dimension of you. You have got your history. That's another dimension of you. You've got your internal conscious thought process. That's another dimension of you. You've got your emotional patterns. That's another dimension of you. You've got your social circle. That's another dimension of you. You've got this ability to have influence in the world and be productive and serve a purpose. That's another dimension of you. So there's all these different dimensions of any given human. And across the different dimensions, once again, the same patterns happen. So for me, whatever dimension I'm operating in, I'm usually the one being neglected and left behind and abused, whatever dimension it is. And similarly, for you, there are patterns that repeat in your life. There are patterns that go over and over and over, and you say, why does this keep happening? No matter what I do, it's like I keep getting this. It always shows up in my life. There's these like things, these knowable forms that are multidimensional and go, they supersede your willpower. So we could talk about this kind of stuff. And one of the dimensions might be that I'm sitting here writing about my inner world and my feelings and things. That's what I'm writing. But because I'm using a lens of this multidimensionality, I'm finding what's in my inner world and I'm commenting on it in a way that is, let's say, reflective or paralleling other phenomena that other people might recognize. And you listen to it, you're like, oh, damn, he's talking about goddamn fucking Donald Trump or something. And I'm like, I was actually talking about my coworker who I mean, this kind of stuff.
Who too has orange hair.
But that idea of like, I can comment on my experience. Like, we can also talk about the concept of synchronicity here and how different things occur simultaneously because they're part of the same phenomena that's occurring. And so I can talk about myself knowing that it is actually corresponding. I'm not just blindly talking about my details and expecting you to care about my shirt size. I'm choosing the things that are relevant in my life, that are relevant for this song and this path of this song, that are relatable because they parallel something else that you might recognize.
Yeah.
So multidimensionality. I talk about myself, but I'm still doing the social commentary.
Teresa, after this video we watch, I want to hear some of your thoughts. You're way too quiet. So we are going to
Come
play.
from the darkness.
We are
and
called
into
out.
the light.
Come forth, woman.
Come forth.
Okay, question. What was Dark is Back about?
Dark is Back. Yeah, that's another classic. This is going to surprise you. You're going to be like, whoa, I did not see that coming. I had all of my ability to anticipate, and this was not in the set of things I anticipated. Here it is. What is Dark is Back about? Being abused. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Recon
So Dark
has
is
been
Back
the-
is like
yeah.
having a persistent, obnoxious person in your life who is just like giving you a hard time just for no discernible reason. It's really about the other person. It has nothing to do with you. That's what Dark is Back. It's being hounded, being harassed by somebody with a problem.
Like literally, like, Dark is back.
Yeah. We had friends like that.
Okay,
Jesus.
I was married to someone like that. Shit, he was probably married to someone like that. That hits home, and I am so glad that you're out of that situation. If you are out of that situation, I just
I was going to
assume-
say, like, who said I'm out of this? What do you?
Oh, yeah.
But I certainly hope you were smart enough to just get out of that
Yeah,
situation.
he's a work in progress, people.
right. Okay, so we're gonna play the next track.
What's Dark is Back? It's another song.
potential that you could yet fulfill. I need to know that you're gonna be decent and won't just feed and then go. If I let you get the keys to my home, otherwise I'll keep closed. It's always the most exciting when I'm still in the beginning of thinking. A given individual and me are totally jiving. We're open and vibing. Everything just fits its potent, and both of us hope to be finding that the moment we're writing isn't a one-time dose of our emotions aligning. We'd rather have it again to explore it more. The potential that we have is like a smorgasbord. Started getting giddy like I'm short in a store, but I could afford portions of candy I'm longing for. We live in a fantasy, all aboard. This is a rarity, isn't it grand that we get to be family temporarily? Till one of us notices something that we don't hope and wish to quote hope with. No, it is not the thing I want. I'm gonna be going in the opposite direction. Yo, if it were something you control and you chose a different role, that would totally open this to maybe being something other than a hopeless tick tock. Wait it out, this is gonna end. We don't know when, we don't know how. We don't get to see a countdown, but something is gonna come up and one of us will vow that even though when I look at you, I see your soul, your beauty, the potential that you could yet fulfill. I need to know that you're gonna be decent and won't just feed and then go. If I let you get the keys to my home, otherwise I'll keep closed. Gotta make these assessments before I let in any passing connection just cause they happen to have chemistry. Gotta make these assessments before I let in any passing connection just cause they happen to have chemistry. There really isn't any lack of people who act as if it doesn't matter the way they handle their crap. They're glad to take advantage of anyone that they can. You're in the same place at the same time as one of these fucking lame brains, and they say hi, you may as well run away. They will evade like you're telling them it's okay. Hey, you can take my life, which of course they'll happily do. You're nothing more than a resource they could manage and use. It doesn't matter what you happen to lose. After a few decades of living with this, I feel battered and bruised to the point that I can't even choose to relax with a crew of people I actually do wanna invite into my life to hang around all innocent like. It's nice and I wish I could find a way to let my guard down when I'm sitting beside someone who won't betray my trust, someone who knows all the ways I'm dumb and nonetheless displays a ton of patience from a place of the same conundrum. They get it, I don't need to edit anything I say or do or didn't said it. Every second that I spend with them is evidence that the mess that I wrestle with could eventually end. Until then it's even though when I look at you I see your soul, your beauty, the potential you'd yet fulfill. I need to know that you're gonna be decent and won't just feed and then go. If I let you get the keys to my home, otherwise I'll keep closed. Gotta make these assessments before I let in any passing connection just cause we happen to have chemistry. Gotta make these assessments before I let in any passing connection just cause we happen to have chemistry.
Get the keys to my home. To me, that's like the keys to my inner being, the keys to my thoughts, my emotions. I'm not just going to readily hand those keys out.
Teresa. Go.
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 Do it. Do it. Do it.
No, I'm really loving this. This is the first time that I've heard you rap. I listened to like your looping where you're making music with, just your voice, which is fascinating. But this is the first time I'm hearing you rap, so I'm totally blown away. I've loved everything so far. But I took a gummy earlier. I'm not gonna so
Lucky bastard.
I'm having trouble.
So relaxed.
Totally.
You shared nothing? You
I
shared.
didn't take any notes on that one. I was just listening to it.
You don't
also,
need to.
Frank was being really cute, but I'm loving it. I am really curious since I have the floor. Would you mind talking a little bit? I know you did an interview before, so I probably would have gotten this information before, but would you mind speaking a little bit about your religious experience?
My religious experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
your personal religious experience.
Yeah, I'll try to make it as concise as possible.
Okay.
I was brought up in a Roman Catholic household, and so I learned that stuff. But when I was in my teens, I was just like, that's it, I'm rebelling. And I, was interested in other things. And so for many years, for probably 25 years or so, that's actually probably pretty good estimate, about 25 years, I just explored various other religious systems, mystical systems, belief systems, metaphysics, and this kind of stuff. Just dipping my hands in everything. And I'm like, different cultures have different ideas. Oh, but they're all talking about the same thing. So I took that whole build my own quilt out of what I choose to, pick and choose from various belief systems and religions and all this. So that's how things were for me from, my mid-teens through roughly age 40. But at age 40, I discovered the Holy Torah, which it's the Jewish holy book, the Torah. Mm-hmm. And when I started, and I had never had any exposure to that before. I mean, I've known plenty of Jewish people. I used to live in New York, so most of my life, most of my youth, I should say, I was, I knew a lot of Jewish people, but I didn't know any religious Jewish people.
Okay.
I never really had exposure to rabbis or anything like that.
Interesting.
But when I was 40, I started to get that exposure, and I was just like floored by it. I'm still. I mean, I'm 45 now. It's 5 years later. I'm floored by the Torah. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it on earth. It is very inspiring to me. Every time I hear a lecture from a rabbi I trust, or I just read on my own, it's just like my whole life is jumping off of the page. It's, the way that here we're talking about how I write lyrics that, you can relate to however you relate, and you take what you mean, and it means something. The Torah is like that times 100 million. So I study the Torah on a daily basis. Usually it's like 1 to 2 hours at least per day that I'm either reading or listening to lecture or whatnot. And it's this endless experience of more and more depth. Things in my life are getting more and more and more functional and better and illuminated. And there's nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like it. It's not a belief system. It's an action. So that's my very short version.
Is it the oldest book?
Thank you.
Yeah, the Torah is, well,
Like the oldest
there are
religious
other
text?
books, but the Torah is the only, it's the oldest active book.
Right.
Everything else
Okay.
is like a fossil.
Right.
I'm not a religious scholar, so I don't know. And I grew up like Protestant, but my biblical knowledge especially of like the Old Testament is pretty sketchy. So would you say that there's a lot of parallels there? Are the books similar, like from the Torah to the Old Testament? Sorry, this is getting really nerdy, guys.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
not. It's perfect. This is the artist we have here. We want to know.
Yeah. So your question is the Torah similar to the Old Testament? Is that your question?
Yeah.
The Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament.
Okay, that was basically my question.
Yeah. And then after the Torah, there's another, don't quote me, I think it's like another 24 books or 26 books perhaps after that comprise the rest of the Old Testament. But the
Okay.
Torah is essentially like from the creation of everything through the
Yes.
time that Moshe took the Jews into Israel.
Okay.
And that's the end of the Torah. And then after that is just more travails of the Jewish people through history and look at how they messed that up. Don't do that again. Oh, that was a big mistake. Don't repeat that. And
Yeah.
and so on. And poetry,
So-
you open up Psalms.
Yeah.
I was going to say Psalms is not a part of the Torah. Is that
Correct.
Okay.
Psalms is the ketuvim, the writings.
Okay. Yeah. That's fascinating. Thank you for sharing that.
And it sounds like you've chosen something that really resonates with you well. A lot of people choose things that don't resonate with them, and they find it very hard to practice the
actual religion.
the ritual.
Yeah.
The thing that they're investing their time in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad Charisse has asked that question. That just goes back to when I listened, and I'm just going to put this as, for myself. I don't want to put anybody else in this, although you may agree, I don't know. But when I listen to music from anyone, any genre, music is a very personal thing for me. And if I let it in, I'm letting in something, I'm letting in a art that is occupying my mind, my space, and giving me something physical and non-physical. Okay. So with that, I changed my rules on wanting to know more from a performer, whether it be if it's a football player and they're out on the football field. I respect the football player, but I don't care about what they do when they go home. Same for a baseball player or a basketball player or my favorite dirt bike rider or my favorite boxer. And the list goes on, right? I don't care. I don't have questions for them. But I do, however, have questions for music artists because it's so personal. You bring this thing into your home. You let your kids listen to it. You want to put it around your friends. It's almost this religion in itself. And for myself, I want to know more questions. I want to know, who am I letting into my soul like this? Who am I letting into my house? So that's why I have questions for musicians, and I don't have questions for other artists because music I don't care how you look at it, it gets personal.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I had to say that.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
that's true.
I feel like there's artists that I feel that way about and artists that I don't. And it doesn't make me like one or the other less or more, but I definitely very much if I identify it with it, that's how I feel. If I just enjoy it, I guess I don't feel that way as much. I don't know.
But you're not going to just let anything in your your domain, right, Tone?
Right.
Like,
yes, you're absolutely right.
yeah. So it's obvious. Like I don't think any of us would care to know who those artists are. I mean, we all know what a negative light is. We all know what negative music is.
But even that is perception, right? A lot of people that, from a Christian belief, think that death metal is literally Satan's music,
Right.
right? Like, so again, it's the eye of the beholder. But there's a question I wanted to ask Recon: is there somebody, I don't know if they're mainstream, not mainstream, that you listen to heavily that just resonates with you and inspires you to keep trucking?
I wouldn't say nowadays, but for many years that was Maynard from Tool. He was my main, idol and source of inspiration, and much of the way I write my lyrics is patterned around how he writes his lyrics. Or I guess I don't really know how he, but like the end result.
He's an interesting guy, for sure.
So what about the hip? So what about the hip hop side? Like, is there anyone on the hip hop side that you really have learned from?
Yeah. My favorite rapper for a long time was KRS-One.
That's a great choice.
Great choice.
And so that's, I think Tone earlier, you had said something about how it's just like sort of conversational and it just sounds like I'm just talking. I think I might have gotten that from him because KRS-One is very much, he's just like, hey, I'm just talking to you. And look,
Yeah.
so maybe ? I wouldn't say there was no conscious thought process like that.
Right.
But I listen to mad albums of him all the time. So I know a lot of times, and this happened on this stream at least once, but I think on most or all of the times that I've had some song of mine featured here on the S.O.R show, somebody's like, oh, he sounds like Eminem. And I just don't see it. I think I sound more like...
That was in the chat today, actually.
It was. That's what I know. I forget who it was.
I think it was Donald Duck.
But
Yeah.
I don't think I sound like Eminem. I think I sound more like Del the Funky Homo Sapien than Eminem.
Ooh,
I can hear that.
damn, I can hear that too.
I can hear that.
But you know what? To be honest, I don't hear any of them. And
Yeah.
I just hear Recon.
Yeah, I just hear Recon, but that's good that you would say that about yourself. No, I don't want to say. I hate generalizing, but most people say when you say, "Okay, so what's your music like?" Some people would say, "Oh, I'm more reminiscent of this guy or that girl or this and that," and you could say that, but you could also be way off.
I always struggled when it comes to like, on your Facebook page, on your Bandcamp page, on
What do you
whatever
sound
page. Yeah, who do you sound like? I think most artists struggle with that.
Oh, yeah.
I used to say things like, I sound like if John Linnell from They Might Be Giants and Bjork had a baby, but then it got abandoned and raised by Tool.
Right.
That didn't
wanna listen
resonate
to-
with a lot of people.
I want to listen to that personally.
Yeah, me too. I'm like,
I think we are, Tone. I think like that's the point of him saying.
They Might Be Giants is awesome, so I could
Yeah,
comment on that
for sure.
I used to like them a lot. I've seen them play live a bunch of times. I like that stuff.
As a New Yorker, I appreciate that because they are New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Before we moved to Pennsylvania, the last place I worked was a merch company. I was there for years, and They Might Be Giants was one of our clients. So I have a ton of and they make the weirdest merch you could imagine. I have a bunch of their stuff. We have a deck of cards of theirs that's like instead of the suits are cryptids, different types of cryptids.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I have a bunch of guitar picks with really weird cryptid looking things on it. We have a bunch of weird
But
stuff.
they're a really cool band, and being able to like define that like right away, like I sound like this, and have it be like something so kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a good way to get people to listen to your music.
yeah, yeah. I've always loved when someone told my brother and I, man, that track sounded like a Paul Simon track. I look at that and I go, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, we did it.
Yeah, we made it, buddy.
We made it, bud. We made it. Like him and I, since we were kids, we always wanted to play music for people, right? We didn't know how it was going to look and how we were going to do it. The only thing we wanted from all of this was notoriety. Like, it's been 3 years for us. Are we on the right page? Like, are we learning? Are we doing it? Does it sound good? And when people say that, oh, I get a little bit of Tangerine Dream for this, or Paul Simon for that, or, man, it just feels good because those are great artists. And when people are saying you sound like, or you remind me of, like Donald Duck is saying, I only meant the flow, not the voice.
Right,
Like,
right.
When somebody
The
can
cadence.
say you sound like a well-known artist, fuck, in my mind, that's it. It's the birthday party is on, blow out the fucking candles, it's a wrap.
Are you content with where you at right now with the style you developed?
Assume you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Okay. With the style, yeah, I like to do, as Teresa was saying, I'm very much these days focused on the live looping stuff, but I am starting to bring past couple months I've been bringing the rap back. I'm happy with the style. I think there's still a lot of room for me to grow in the live looping department. But the rap stuff, I'm happy with it. I think it's a good flow. I still get to play with rhyme patterns and stuff if I want. So there's still room for growth. I'm happy with the style, but I would say I'm not very fulfilled with respect to, let's say, accomplishments and achievements. I would have wanted to have more of an audience by this age. So that's one thing that I would like it if there's some way to keep working toward that. That's part of what I'm doing with the live streaming, but I'm doing it kind of blindly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I don't know. Like, is this going to work? Is that going to work?
That's the best way to do it.
But to be honest and to be fair, I think every musician here watching or other platforms, any musician, period, really wants that, to make this like their life goal, to be like to have been made, to have made it, right? I mean, I think we can, other than Tone Smith, who's actually been out on, the road, and Simon and all these other guys, and
Well, Recon's been out on the road.
I mean,
too,
yeah,
so.
but like to put the work in to say where man, it paid off. I'm living in a house that was produced by the fruit of my labor.
Yeah.
I want to comment on that because that's my big issue. I now at my age look back at my musical creative career and go, I got lucky early, and now it's difficult for me to put things out there because if they don't hit the way that, if I don't get the results I got then, I feel terrible about it.
Damn.
I can't,
Oh,
it's probably the most difficulty I have as a creative now is like, I really need to feel as confident in it as I did then. And
Right, yeah.
that doesn't happen a lot.
No.
And I know it's ridiculous. Like, there's no reason I can't just throw all my ideas out there. I can't explore. I really appreciate Recon the way you are exploring with the live loops. It's so much fun to watch because it's like stream of consciousness creativity in a really, really fun way. And regardless of your audience being there or not, it's good. I enjoy it. But I can't, I have a lot of trouble bringing myself to do that the way you do.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to make happen.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I think earlier today I was thinking about that, how there seem to be different philosophies among artists and how they release stuff. I want to produce the masterpiece or nothing. I will not do anything short of the masterpiece. I find it's not perfect in every way. I'm not going to let anyone hear it. With the live streaming, I took a very, very hard turn away from that because I used to be more like that, where I was like, I got to put my best possible foot forward.
Right.
But with the modern way that people consume music, it's just like you better constantly have something literally every single day.
Yeah.
And so I thought, like, what can I do that requires no preparation? I can just wing it the whole time. It requires no follow-up at all. And that's just, improvising live streams for an hour or more as often as I can. And I like the fact that I've been pretty consistent with it for over a year. And I still plan to keep doing it. I mean, it's very, very. I mean, I'm probably gonna live stream tonight after we're done with this.
Yeah.
Depending on what time it is. But I just want to be available as much as possible. And I kind of get a little sad when I see, or when I don't see, I guess, when I don't see artists who, like I first met a year ago when I first started this stuff, and I'm like, here's this network of 25, 30 different artists or stuff. And a lot of them stop putting stuff out. They're putting things out for 2-3 months, and then I stop hearing it. I'm like, you were dope. What's going on?
Yeah.
And so I'm just making sure I don't fall into that bucket. I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years from now, but I want to have something that is just easy to just endlessly pull out of me. I'm not necessarily making a song. I'm providing you an experience. What I'd really like with my streams is to just have more of I guess like S.O.R has or Kent has, where you just like, hey, just hang out and, here's 20, 30 people in the chat just talking with each other. Like I would like to be a venue for you to have a good experience with your community.
Yeah.
And I'm figuring out how on earth I can erect that.
I think by what you're doing right now, you're doing that. I think don't have high expectations of trying to change you just to get that community. I think you have it. I think you just got to keep going. Like I think at the same time, everybody just has to keep going. Not saying not pay attention to it, but what you have is what makes Recon. I just think if you give it time, stay committed to your passion, it's going to pay out. Yeah, it's a slow progress. I mean, we all see that. And you're asking for things as if like we're these big ass channels, right? I think you're just right there along with this. You hold the same standard and the same platform and the same playing field as all of us. I wouldn't look at the number, right? But the people that you affect, Recon, you have the numbers. They may not be there all at the same time, but
They're your honest, like the
those
wife
are your
and-
honest people. Yeah.
Yeah, the wife and I always say Recon's fan base are honest fan base. They're not people who are just there just to be there. The ones that show up is the ones that appreciate you. We have one more track by Recon. Let's go ahead and give that a listen right now.
She's taking notes this time.
There you go.
Which track is this?
Oh, I don't know.
Fading out like a nuisance that you knew would get used up 2 cents. is the price, so screw this. Move with the new crew included. Pick up any bit of loot that is strewn across the route you step on. What do you want? How is the mania god? You evading the true itch. Every time that you do this, you accrue a little bit of the proof that you intuit. When you sit down to review shit and conclude that you were fully ruined. But the truth is, this is perfectly in tune with finding that your blueprints are antediluvian. And if you don't transmute them, then you get caught like the moon did. In the orbit of a planet that doesn't have any plan to satisfy what you have to acquire to be happy and die, relaxed and recline. Your needs get met with an ample supply. Only when you grab the plan and decide to let the sadness subside. You have to move on, let the passion inside shine through your chest piece with breaths deep and a clarity of mind. The truth is, you are capable. 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 I know you say that you'll run away from all the dull pain until it gets drained in full, but that isn't the way it'll help you to stay fulfilled. The great joy that you had is gone. It won't come back, you have to long for something else that you can get your hands upon. Let it go and advance beyond. You're a sovereign entity. Eventually you'll get to see what you're meant to keep. Then you'll be okay with it when forever leaves. Cause coming down the pipeline is the next release of the energy you've grown so attached to. But this time better adapt it to you, revamped and improved. The vastness the universe has is renewed. Just ask it and choose what you fancy to you. But the truth is, you are capable. 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 You are capable.
Two things real fast. One, I feel seen. Two, using transmute is the craziest. It's so cool. I love that. Love that.
Asking the universe to provide for you because you are capable and you deserve it. Recon, you be slapping my boy. Your thought process is. I swear I think about this shit all the time, but you have a different way of just getting it out there for me. Like
I got goosebumps.
Oh my God. Like you're my mouthpiece, dude. If I ever wanted to say something and I wanted to express it and get it across musically and clearly, I'd stick my head up Recon's ass and I would use him as a bullhorn. I don't want to be too intrusive, but that's how I would operate. I'd be like a reconsator.
Here we go. God damn it.
I mean, I'm just saying, it might sound a little vulgar, but you people obviously understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I think that song, man, if it doesn't hit home for you, I don't know what would, you know? I mean, I think to me, it just, like he said, it just give me some validation, bro.
Right.
Like nothing, we don't have to, I mean, Ayer was on here a couple of days ago, right? And he said something that was really just mind-bending is somehow in a society, we all just crossed our T's and dotted our I's for the most part. It's written in stone already. And we don't know it doesn't have to be. You know, things are still changing. Things still can change. And the way you said it, man, it's just like, that's a poet. You know, when you have things like this, you want a poet to describe it. You don't want, you don't want it to go by the wayside.
I like that. Ayer did say a lot of interesting stuff in that interview. Not to pull it away from this real quick, but he had some really like thought-provoking things to say.
Yeah. And it just opened my eyes to like, there's another community member that is articulate, is well-educated. He has a religious aspect. He has a science analytical aspect to him, and he's okay with both. You know, I think, when I listen to people like that in RECON and others, it just lets you know.
Yeah.
George G said it, man. It's like, I'm not going to find the shit I want
On the radio.
on mainstream radio.
It's going to be on YouTube. And then when you said that, 'cause I'm always listening, I feel seen. Elaborate on that for me.
It was almost like after the conversation we had just had previously about how like I feel like I can't put stuff out unless it's a masterpiece. And then you play a song about like, at least what I got out of it was like, you can do whatever you want. Go ahead and just do it. Like, it's all valid and good. So go. I was like, oh, fuck. Now I got to go make music.
Yeah, and I really liked listening to it, like, in the context that you discussed before, where you're, like, thinking in multi-dimensions about all of the different human experiences that we share. Definitely got a lot more out of it.
Yeah.
Because of that.
I'm actually kind of surprised to hear that you guys like that song.
Wow.
Why?
Oh,
Why is
okay,
that?
now explain yourself.
Explain that shit.
That's good. Yeah. If you listen to the whole album, that's the final song on the album.
Okay.
And that's the one that's like, okay, you got it. Everybody's resolved. We're good here. So it's like the close of the album. But as you heard, you may or may not have noticed this detail, but most of my songs, including all the ones from earlier today, they have some kind of angst, some kind of like frustrated energy to them. But that song did not. Like, that's just, there was no frustration in it at all. It was more like a calming, soothing balm for your wounded soul. And
Some Tiger Balm.
that's not usually my energy. Usually I bring the start with the frustration and release the frustration. So I guess I'm just thinking out loud that I'm glad to hear that maybe other energies would be useful for me to put into music.
But it's resolved though, right? Like you build up all this tension and this frustration and anxiety and angst and then you resolve it. Like at the end, to me, it's a good resolve ender. It tells you it's okay to go through life's troubles, but at the end of the day, guess what? There's gifts for everybody. These are just stories and ripples of time that are not even permanent.
Okay, so real quick, when my brother and I were young, we used to go to my friend's house. His name was Cameron Stone, lived on the very west side of the upper echelon in Torrance, right? And we met a person. His name was, I don't know if he's alive still, but his name was Nias. And my brother and I used to go to his house. The dude had like records galore, and he loved Nas, right? And he loved the Illmatic album. And we never heard the Illmatic album. And when our friends would get together and we listen to music for the first time, and we really hear something we like, we would tell Nias, hey, play that again. I mean, have you guys done that? I'm sure you have. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to our our youth, and I want to hear it again. I want to hear that back again.
Fading out like a nuisance that you knew would get used up 2 cents. Is the price, so screw this. Move with the new crew included. Pick up any bit of loot that is strewn across the route you step on. What do you want? How is the mania god? You evading the true itch. Every time that you do this, You accrue a little bit of the proof that you intuit. When you sit down to review shit and conclude that you were fully ruined. But the truth is, this is perfectly in tune with finding that your blueprints are antediluvian. And if you don't transmute them, then you get caught like the moon did. In the orbit of a planet that doesn't have any plan to satisfy what you have to acquire. You're to be happy and die, relaxed and recline. Your needs get met with an ample supply. Only when you grab the plan and decide to let the sadness subside. You have to move on, let the passion inside shine through your chest piece with breaths deep and a clarity of mind. The truth is, you are capable. 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 I know you say that you'll run away from all the dull pain until it gets drained in full, but that isn't the way it'll help you to stay fulfilled. The great joy that you had is gone. It won't come back, you have to long for something else that you can get your hands upon. Let it go and advance beyond. You're a sovereign entity. Eventually you'll get to see what you're meant to keep. Then you'll be okay with it when forever leaves. Cause coming down the pipeline is the next release of the energy you've grown so attached to. But this time better adapt it to you, revamped and improved. The vastness the universe has is renewed. Just ask it and choose what you fancy to you. But the truth is, you are capable. 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 You are capable.
Did you write that song to that beat? Did you pick it for that? Did it like you hear it and then write that? Because they go very, very well together. The message of the song and the beat itself go very well together.
Yeah,
They do.
I thought so.
And feeling.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah, it's the same as before. It's just I get the beat and I start writing blindly,
ran with it.
word for word.
Killer work.
Yeah. Okay, Marelyn has a question that I don't want to...
Recon, you're a goddamn talent, man. Like I'm such a huge fan of your shit, my guy.
Okay, can we
Blessed to
play
be around you, sir.
one last before we wrap it up? I have one I would like to hear.
Oh, shit.
Yes. And before we wrap it up, I want to make a few statements, so everybody stick around, including Traitor to the Living. This will be involving you, sir. So, yes, Meryl, play that last song. And if you guys have any questions for Recon, please go ahead and put them in chat now. This is the last portion of Third Ear until next Thursday, which will have Absurd TV. And here's the last track. Dark is back.
No more talk from the sidelines. Say you wanna live in peace. All this talk of injustice. The solution is simple. No more talk from the sidelines. You say you wanna live in peace. All this talk of injustice. The solution is simple. No more talk from the sidelines. Listen, when I get up in the morning, I don't want to get into a confrontation with the first person I observe in my face with some kind of urgent complaint that my personal space isn't perfectly placed in. The realm of etiquette, check it if you ever get in my face with that shit. I forget it, never better expect less than dick. I don't give a shit about whatever you think is so important that it goes before any sort of seaport of other people living in whatever way they need to exist. You pick a picket seconds and resist with a fist. Ridiculous how you miss when the place that it hits is your face. You affix your attention on making the switch from lazy complacence to sadism. If you're the one with the way to inflict the pain and LAUGH at your game. You say you wanna live in peace. All this talk of injustice. The solution is simple. No more talk from the sidelines. You say you wanna live in peace. All this talk of injustice. The solution is simple. No more talk from the sidelines. I don't know what it was that made you like this, and I don't really give a shit. My patience has been trained and I'm finished with taking it. You could be laid in the dirt and awakening a new frame in which you could be lame and limp. Pay attention, it's basically training which you escaped or you LACK'd in this incarnation. You were saved from the pain of it, and so now you're not very sensitive, and that crown doesn't belong on your head cause it represents the majesticest method. But you're a clown and it's pathetic, kid. Take a second, reflect on this. What's with all this revenge you intended this? Spend every new friend is subjected to your rejection and your tests. Let it end. You say you wanna live in peace. All this talk of injustice. The solution is simple. No more talk from the sidelines. You say you wanna live in peace. All this talk of injustice. The solution is simple. No more talk from the sidelines. So stingy when it comes to affection, not to mention connecting without your protection. I don't get it, why do you pull away? What are you thinking? Maybe it won't be okay to touch and be touched in return. Was it something you learned when you were young? Trusting love that was spurned, it's enough to be hurt, and it sucks to observe that you are stuck.
God
Damn.
well.
Damn.
Well, he delivered that with conviction, my brethren.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So we got the frustrating energy. There you go.
Yeah. This house, well, it's a clear.
What was your thoughts on that, Recon? What was going through your mind on that?
That's the one from earlier they were talking about that is just, being confronted with somebody who is harassing you for nothing you're doing, but it's really all on them. So that's what that song's about.
Marelyn says, was there one particular event that led to the making of this, or was it collective events? A collective of events?
It's usually collective events. I think I don't recall any specific thing that triggered this. Just ongoing patterns.
Yeah.
Life experience.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Third Ear. But before we leave, and I speak for my brother, Tone Smith and Therese, submit your songs, get on Third Ear, and give us your mindset. Let us know what was going on with some of the tracks that we've heard that you submitted to us. But also give us time to digest. Regurgitate. Absurd TV will be next Thursday. Okay. I believe he submitted some songs to Marelyn. I can't confirm that until later. But Absurd TV is next. Simon Greatbatch is going to sign up. I'm trying to get Cresthead to sign up. Steve Sonis, Uncle Chrome, like all you guys here. Space Capsule, Synth Samurai would be nice to have on the show, and he
Chrome
can
did
walk
his
us
already,
through.
didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chrome did his. But yeah, I mean, this is open for everyone. We want to know, and I'm sure you want to tell.
For real. Any closing words, Tone and Teresa?
I had a blast. I watched her look you up on Spotify kind of immediately, so I know I'm going to be hearing a lot of your songs. You have anything?
No, just this was awesome. You know, I'm glad that we were able to do this.
Yeah, and you got many more days of this, many more Thursdays,
As much as you want.
Teresa, as much as you want,
We're not going to hold your feet to the fire, but we will hold Tones.
right?
Yeah. I'll hold the feet to the fire.
We will.
Anyone have any more questions for Recon? I know I saw one more question. If somebody can scroll back, I believe it was Trader to the Living or someone. Steve, if you're able to find it, Marelyn. I'll give it a little bit here. I thought it was a great question.
Was the question whether I enjoy making a garlic peanut sauce?
I mean, you can answer
Do
that.
you?
I do. I do like that.
You've sparked my curiosity, good sir.
She's been making me homemade hummus for like a couple of months now, and we ran out of tahini this week, so she had to make it with peanut butter, and it's a totally different game, but it's good.
Hummus with
hummus.
peanut butter?
Hummus with peanut, yeah, because she replaced tahini with it essentially, and she always makes it with garlic.
Tahini's like, you know, sesame butter basically. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a suggested substitute. So, but it tastes
good,
a lot
though.
different. It's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I don't
made
know.
it with roasted
butter
garlic
hummus.
too. So it
Roast
was
garlic, the part. See, look,
really
looky here.
interesting flavor combo.
Hummus in a inner city ghetto setting, as my brother and I would appropriately call it. That was not a fucking thing in the black
I
neighborhood.
don't think I had hummus till I was 30, man. I didn't know anything about it.
I
Hey,
didn't-
in
I didn't
fact,
have
if you brought hummus up in the hood and one of your friends came over and you were like, my guy, would you like a stick of a carrot and some hummus? They fucking probably beat your ass.
I thought it would be a sexual act or something.
Yeah,
Are you
hummus.
gonna hum us?
You gonna
What
hump us?
The
Like,
fuck
what?
is going on? Okay, Cresthead says
Hummus is hold on, goddammit. Hummus is a white product from white people. I've never known.
No, it's not
hummus
actually.
to be in the
It's
hood.
free.
It's not actually.
No. Let me
Okay.
have this. The ice cream man didn't come down the block, had the ice cream song going. It was like, kids, ice cream, and for you special ones, I have hummus. That shit wasn't happening, bruh. It wasn't happening.
Oh shit.
I'm done. Go ahead. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Cresthead says just a simple thing for Recon. More raps, please. You already know that though. So
That's good.
that's
I'm almost done with
good.
one. I'm like 12 bars into a new rap that I'm going to release soon.
Of course you are.
That's coming.
Okay,
Genius.
Simon has a question. Is he up for a collab?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
If you want to
The
collab
answer
with
is
somebody,
here's the answer. You ready for this? Yes.
hell yeah.
I knew he
Pending
was
my
going to say that.
time.
Yeah,
Pending
Recon
all
don't
sorts
shy
of
away.
details.
And let me tell you from experience, Simon is a dream to work with. He gives you something that's fire, and he's just like, now do your magic. It's great.
Okay, there was a question from Donald Duck. Like your flow, Recon, the only critical thing I would say is making it more into sections so that it's a flow, so that the flow is easier to follow, gels more with the tracks.
Yeah, I saw that Donald made that comment way back at the beginning when we were listening to What I Want, the first song today. And that song very much is just like, it's total chaos there in terms of the rhyme scheme. Some of my other songs are more like, all right, that bar ended and now here's the end of the lyrics. And then this X bar and all the lyrics. Some of them are more, Tetris-esque like that. So you might like that in some of my other songs in my library.
Okay. Recon may stream tonight. If he does, he does. You all should be subscribed to him and make sure you
I
click
agree.
that bell. because Lamar's been getting unsubscribed and
What?
His notifications have been getting turned off consistently by YouTube.
I've been unsubscribed to Trader to the Living, to Hans Volt, to Machines One, and countless others. And
So you're a bot.
I must
Pretty
be.
much.
YouTube has just they just don't like me or my sense of humor,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, my closing statement. I'm glad Trader to the Living is here. It's a bit of a rant, but we're all YouTube channel holders, and I want everyone here to hear this. If we are putting content on YouTube, and you do not know everyone here, the Saurians, the Synth Renegades, the Recons, everyone here, when we speak to you about certain things and we tell you in advance, this may be for you or it may be for others who are struggling like me in certain situations, whether it be the consumption of synthesizers, or you're buying too many basses, or whatever it may be. If my brother is telling a joke about a fat woman we met and she was disgusting, and you're fat, and you made it a point to put yourself in our story, that is your bad. I went to Trader to the Living's channel, and I'm there quite a lot. And the man was explaining the difference between being creative in the studio and having gas, and, you know, how to kind of wean yourself off from the consumption of buying things and making things, to the point where he made it overly clear what he was trying to say so it didn't offend anyone. And the very next day or 2 days later, he's making an apology video to people who got their feelings hurt or who felt like they were targeted. People like that want to put themselves in someone else's timeline or story because they want to feel important. They want to feel empowered because they're trying to say something that just doesn't have a place there. You know, you're just better off being quiet. And I just didn't want to hear Trader to the Living apologize to these scum, because they're scum. And a lot of channels are going through this hate, and they're taking things way too personal. Stop evolving yourselves in people's stories and their monologues and whatever they're trying to get out to you, and start fucking listening and take what you can from these individuals. Because at the end of the day, we take the time out to come here and share our thoughts with you, share our process with you. The last thing we need is for you to take things out of context, especially when this fucking man went out of his way to ensure that didn't happen. And it was something I wanted to speak on a while ago, just didn't have time. But Trader to the Living, you run a great show. You're a very detailed-oriented person, not only in the way you speak, but how you do your content, even how you set up your equipment. And I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Don't ever feel like you have to apologize to these people, because that's what they want. So,
And you're never going to meet everybody's needs.
never.
But the last thing you need to do is apologize for something that had no ill will involved. If people don't get it, that's their own prerogative.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why it
But you have a good heart. You're a good
heart.
man.
I don't know why it beat me up so bad, but we've been through it on this channel
Multiple times.
more times than not. And it just sucks when it happens to you.
Honestly, the community aspect that this platform brings and the way this group of people tend to use it is wonderful. I think it's super important. But that's like the one pitfall, is that weird parasocial thing that people do where they just like they get upset for no good reason and have to like do something about it. It's unnecessary. It's just like, you don't have to hit the thumbs down. You can just close the browser tab. You don't need to do that to people. That sucks.
Right.
Sorry that happened to him.
Right. Yeah. And he's such a good man. Like, if you go back and watch the video, the guy did everything. I think he did
But that's
too much to try to be like, okay, hey.
But
look.
that's the thing when you try to cater to today's norm.
Right.
You don't know what that looks like, and you don't know what it is. So it's this empty space that you have to fill or try to account for. Just don't worry about it. Just do you.
I know. And we all care about our channels.
Right.
And I get why he apologized. Don't get me wrong, Trader. I get why you care about your channel. It's your product. It's your name. But at the end of the day, the more we cater to this behavior, the more
It has a voice.
Right. The more it has a voice, and they're going to, get taller and taller before we can't cut them trees down anymore. So I didn't want to be too long on that. But thank you, Trader to the Living, for what you do. Thank you for your time, and thank you for considering everyone while you're doing it. Recon, before you leave, know this. We're involved with your channel a lot, and we know your numbers aren't where we would all like to see them.
Right.
But I swear to you, sir, the people that show up for you are the people that love you, and the people that want to be there, who have the time to be there. And even when I don't have the time, I'm on there lurking and I hear you in the background. I may not always be able to comment, but believe me, we're there for you. And I have to say this while you're here, because this is what this channel does. It breaks my heart sometimes to see when it's just me in the comment section, and it's just
Warheart Art,
or it's just Warheart Arts watching, or it's just my wife or LaMar, or maybe it's Tone Smith. I get content isn't for everyone, but when people can just have the time and to look into the artist more, shows like The Third Ear, that brings more perspective for the artist. I just wish you had a larger following, but until then, you have the right following. And that is a hard thing to wrap your head around. So don't let that become a downfall for you. Keep doing what you're doing. You are a very beautiful person, a very beautiful mind, and we all love you.
Facts.
Nice. Thank you for all of that and for this whole show today.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for coming and doing this. Hey, internet, listen to more Recon.
Yeah.
Talking to you.
Yeah.
And outside of these channels, Recon, I'm going to hit you up on the phone. And this Recon S.O.R thing that I'm thinking in my mind, this really can happen. I really think we could just form Voltron. A little messy, but we could do it.
I think it might be time for Symptoms of Reality and Recon project.
Oh, shit.
Maybe we wait after Steve and see what happens.
Or Simon's got his hands on
Simon
Recon first.
Yeah, that's I meant to say Simon.
So
Thank
many
you all.
exciting possibilities.
So many. Well, we're already gonna make something fat. We already did that before, which I really wanted to play it again, but I didn't want to self-love. So, thank you all for showing up. Monkey Island would not be the same without all of you here. Feel free to join the Discord. That email is marilyn@symptomsofreality.com. Get into the Third Ear. Upstate, Downstate will have a channel here in the future, and they are practicing and they're getting ready, and this is the perfect platform for them to do it on. It's not to say that they're going to go anywhere, but they do have endeavors they need to embark on, and I hope all of us can go there and support them as well. It's going to be fun to watch these people grow. They're going to have so many frustrations, my brother and I. And it's going to be fun to watch you guys step out and do the upstate, downstate thing. And
Yeah, appreciate that.
I can't wait for the first episode.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And we got to get Teresa to really come out of that goddamn shell.
She'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get her off the gummies first. That's fucking half right there.
Or keep her on the
Yeah,
gummies.
yeah.
I mean,
More gum.
More. There you go. Don't go halfway. Go full throttle.
a lot of people ask me in the DMs too, what's going on with Synth Samurai? If the Synth Samurai wanted people to know what's going on
He'd
with
tell
him,
you, goddammit.
he'd fucking tell you what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, we know him personally, and we may know some things, but that's not for us to say. All I gotta say is, if you're a fan of Synth Samurai,
You'll wait, be patient, and shut the up.
there you go. I don't see any of his renegades fucking complaining. Shit, they're a tight niche over there. So, thank you everybody, and we will see you next Thursday with another Third Ear. I don't know how many days we got left for this live.
I have no. I
But
don't even know what day we're on now.
It's coming to an end, folks. And like we were telling Tone privately, we don't know what S.O.R is going to look like at the end of this, but you
45
guys,
days.
45 days. Tone Smith will be here on the last day, believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
It's gonna be fun.
The
Live
last,
and
the
uncut.
last few days.
And also tomorrow, the Crazy Wabbit is coming into town.
Yes.
I'm excited for that.
We'll have him over the weekend. We'll be doing some stuff offline. We'll be doing some stuff online, but we're going to definitely collab and just do our thing. So look forward to that for the weekend.
Yeah, 3 days of the Crazy Rabbit is going to be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
So I don't know what we're going to do. We never know what we're going to do.
Yep.
But don't take the show for granted, people. We only have 45 days left. Then we're going to do a chapter change, and we don't know what that's going to look like. But we do know we're going to take some time to ourselves, and we enjoyed this ride. I can't believe that this train is coming in on the closing stop.
465
days nonstop.
Crazy.
It is crazy. And we've learned a lot as musicians. We've made tons of friends. And, thank you to everyone. With that being said, love. Bye.
Peace, peace. Mo hair grease to you and your mom's niece.
Bye, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Thank you.